It's a gloomy, rainy day, and I have been wanting to reorganize some of my crocheting and knitting supplies, so I thought this is the perfect day to do it. And I'm over here at my local Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna take you along with me and see what I can find. For under $50, I got a treasure trove of organizational things for my crocheting and knitting supplies, and I cannot wait to show you them. You can barely see me behind all of these packages, but it's crazy to think that I spent less than $50 on all of these items. There are things in Dollar Tree that are $5, but I wanted to challenge myself and only chose items that were $1.25. Pickle has decided that he wants to help me unpack all of this, and I'm gonna accept his help. This was one of the first things that I found when I was in Dollar Tree, and I think that this is kind of an obvious choice, especially for us crocheters. And if you saw my video from last week all about crochet hooks, you may know that I have quite the stash, and currently they all just sit in a box all lonely and sad, but by putting them in this little pencil and brush organizer, I'll be able to set them out and put them on full display. And the way that I like to organize things is to have them out. I know not everyone likes that, and if you watch the Clutterbug, you may look and find what your different organizing style is, and mine is definitely the butterfly. And I like to have things out because when I see things, it inspires me, it makes me want to use them, and when they're tucked away, I forget about them. And for $1.25, you really cannot beat it. Next, I got these nice little plastic baskets, and I love this color. I think it is so pretty. And I think I could use these for a lot of different things, but the most obvious is yarn storage. And especially the larger basket can hold quite a bit of yarn. And I could also use it as a whip basket for, especially for smaller or medium-sized projects, this would be the perfect size. I think even this small one would be great as a little yarn bowl where you can feed the yarn through the little holes, and I think they're really cute as well. The next item are these little organizers with lids. What I really like about this is that they're clear plastic, and this is a really nice solid piece of plastic, and I like that it has the little lid that is on here really tight. Actually, I think it has a little piece of tape on here to keep it on, but I like that it's divided up into 3 different segments, and you can also stack these up. I would use this for stitch markers, safety eyes, embroidery floss, buttons, anything that I wanted to keep neatly organized. The next Dollar Tree item that I got are these lock top snack containers, and I am so excited that they're this small because I think that this is going to be a perfect place to organize my notions bag. I have this beautiful notions bag that Jeanette from Crafty Clegs Creations sent me all the way from England, and I love it so much because the fabric has a little dog and a lady walking out in the rain, and that's what I used to do with our dog Jersey Boy, and we miss him so much. So it reminds me of him every time I use it. The great thing is that it's such a nice big notions bag, but the problem with that is that things get lost down in the bottom. So I think that by using something like this to keep some of those things separated, like my yarn needles, my stitch markers, and things like that, I think I can make it really organized. I found these little Crafter Square organizer boxes, and the minute that I saw them, I knew that they would be perfect for my safety eyes. These look a lot like vitamin or pill organizers that you might get at the drugstore, but one thing that I think that will be fantastic about having something like this is that the safety eyes that I normally buy come in little tiny plastic bags. They're not in the big organizers that I used to buy from Amazon. These are from 6060 Eyes and Glass Eyes online. And I have a little cat. I won't name any names, but he's a little gray tabby, and he likes to get into plastic bags. He loves the sound of rustling plastic, and he's ripped open some of those safety eye bags, and they've gone everywhere. I don't want that to happen again. So when I saw these, I thought, oh, these would be a great way to organize my safety eyes, because at this point I have quite a few of them and they are not organized at all. And I want to get them into a secure container that has a nice little lid, but I also like the fact that I can have them all together and I can have lots of different sizes and I can see them quickly. The next items that I had to have were these gorgeous gold wire baskets. The first ones I got were these long rectangular wire baskets, and I thought that these would be perfect for a couple of different things. I have not open shelving, but the shelving that I have for most of my yarn does not have a back to it. My craft room is in my basement, and I'm not able to put the big shelving system right up against the wall, so there is a gap, and sometimes yarn falls behind there, and I thought this would be really nice to be able to put some yarn and it will contain it a little bit. My other thought was that as I am working on patterns, especially designing, I end up with multiple versions of a pattern, and I think that while I am working on those designs, this would be really nice to be able to keep all of the same pattern in this little basket and keep it a little more organized, because my squirrely brain does not seem to be able to keep track of things like that very well. But I think these are really beautiful, and I like that they're going to be able to be out. They don't need to be hidden away because they really are gorgeous. Now for these smaller wire baskets, my plan is to use these to get my knitting needles organized. Right now they are all just sitting in a box and there's no rhyme or reason, they're just all shoved in there. My idea is to label each one of the knitting needles with these little index tabs saying what size it is, because it can be really difficult when you're looking at your knitting needles little package to see what size it is. And the problem that I have found is that many times when I buy them online, the price sticker is over the size, and then you have to take out the knitting needle and look at it and figure out what size it is. So I decided I'm going to add these little tabs to the very top. Then I can stack them all here in my little wire basket and to be able to keep them super organized. I also ended up getting this little round wire basket because I thought it was so pretty and I had to have it. And I think that this would be so nice to just display some of my favorite yarns and keep them out on my table. I just love how this looks, and I love displaying beautiful yarn because it's like a piece of art. These are gorgeous yarns and they deserve to be out. When I started taking classes from Patricia from Knitography Farm, she has always encouraged us to keep a knitting bag book. And basically what that means is a little notebook where you can keep all of the information for the projects that you're working on, whether you need to do a gauge swatch or whether you just want to write down what crochet hook size that you use, because sometimes I change it up and I forget to write it down. But since then I've been using a little knitting bag book or a crochet bag book, and this one was so pretty, and for $1.25 I had to have it, and I'm always using little notebooks to keep track of those little details that I seem to forget later on. I got this cute little purple pencil holder, and I actually think that I'm going to use it for its intended purpose, and I'm going to put my markers and my pencils and my pens in it. I use a lot of those things for running my YouTube business, and I thought this was so cute. Right now it's just in some jars and a little mug that I would actually like to use as a mug, but I can't because it's holding my pencils, so I thought this would be really fun to keep these in. I got a set of 5 little organizer trays, and the way that I want to use this is that I have a lot of ribbon that I love to use to put on handmade items when I gift them. I use my little printable tags that I like to use and put them on the little ribbon and put them on the toy or the handmade gift. So I want to get all of that organized, and I think that this will be the perfect place to put all of my ribbons, because right now they're just in that basket over there and it's kind of a sore sight right now and it's just a big jumbled mess. So I thought this would be the perfect way to keep that all organized. When I found these little flip lid storage boxes, I knew that this would be perfect for crocheting and knitting supplies. I think these could be used for a lot of different things, but one of the best ones would be to hold your yarn scraps. I don't know about you, but I love to save my yarn scraps. but it grows pretty quickly and I use them for a lot of different things. And if you want to check out my video, ridiculously simple ways for using those yarn scraps, make sure to check out the description box below and I'll leave a link for you. But I think these would be great for that, and it's got a little lid. That way it doesn't go spilling out everywhere. And I got 2 of them. And here's how the little lids open up. And I like that you're never going to lose these. They're going to stay on here all of the time, and this is just perfect for me because if it's not screwed on, just sort of like my head, if my head wasn't screwed on tight, I would lose it everywhere. There we go. I was able to put it back on. This next item is one of my favorite finds. Now, this is probably meant to be like a little beach basket or something like that, but you know what I'm going to use it for? I'm going to use it for my whips. I love that this is open, it has handles, and that it was $1.25, and that it's the perfect size for a small, medium, or maybe a smallish, large project. But I think this is so great because it's portable and it looks so cute, and I would even keep it out in my living room because I don't like things that don't look pretty in my living room. But I really like this, and for $1.25, I could have more than one so that I could keep all of my whips organized. I can't remember if I talked about this little tray or not, but what I like about this is that I do have shelving here in my craft room, and sometimes I want to keep things that are out and easily accessible, and this would be perfect for stitch markers in particular. One thing that was really neat at Dollar Tree was that they had this whole pegboard system in their crafting section. Now, I didn't want the whole pegboard, I just wanted this little hanging organizer tray. I'm not going to hang it up, but I am going to put it on my shelf. I have all of these little tags in my amigurumi adoption kits that I use to put on the toys when I'm going to be giving them away, and I thought this would be such a great place to get them all organized, and I could put some little ribbon in here or little twine and keep the scissors. So I thought this would be a really fun way to get that organized. I found these cute little glass jars with the handle. I thought they were so cute. And now I don't know how practical they would be for organizing, but I'm going to tell you what I want to do with these. I'm either going to add a crocheted top to these because I have a little pattern for jar covers that is so cute. These could be great as a gift. Or I can put a little piece of fabric with a little ribbon around them, and I could store some little notions in here for more decorative reasons. I have a lot of buttons that I like to keep, so I thought these were just so cute I had to have them. They're really for no actual practical reason. I had to have them because they were cute and they had a little handle. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that it got your wheels turning about organization with all of your crocheting and knitting supplies. I hope I hear from you, and stay safe out there and happy stitching.